Hey everybody, welcome to a new episode of Sip and Share. 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 Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. We sipping and sharing.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That ain't.
Get it. Hold on to that check word.
That's why I said it.
Check it out. What you sipping?
Today I am sipping on a little H2O, y'all. I am trying to keep my body clean. If I have any juice or anything, it's usually at a mealtime.
That's actually funny you say that, because if you think about it, it's figurative and it's literal. To keep your external body clean, you need water. To keep your internal body clean, you need water.
Yes, you do.
High
and
quality.
You need one more water. You need living water.
What's living water? So you be drinking dead water normally?
Jesus.
Ooh, the living water.
The living water. Yes, we got to get you in Sunday school.
Well, I just got to go to school on Sunday.
Anyway, y'all, today is a very interesting topic. If you've ever gone out to dinner with any friends, maybe some family, just anybody, co-worker, whatever, and you're sitting there and here comes time for
Check,
the
please.
bill, right?
Check, please.
First of all, there's this awkward moment of, is it all on one? Is it separate? That is like the hardest question ever. Like,
you know what's interesting is when the waiters or waitresses come over, you get one or two things. You either get the person just automatically assumes there's one check.
oh yes, I hate that.
And then they take it upon themselves to usually, oh man, this is getting deep. All right. You got one or two things, maybe one or three things. Number one, the waiter or waitress decides upon themselves that it's just going to be one check. I don't know if it makes it easier on themselves instead of having to split.
It's easier for them.
And so they make that decision. Then they decide to give it to one person. What do you think is the factor, or something what I want to talk about? What makes them decide who to give the check to?
But I think we should talk about, well, okay.
But the other flip side though is they that awkward moment that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Would this be separate? And everybody's like,
and so like everybody eyes, and then you had that one person who's like looking down, like they either finishing eating or something came on their phone or you know, something like that. Like they didn't hear the question, right? So hey, we ain't talking about our friends or family. We're not talking about anybody we know. But it is very awkward when that question comes up. Che, is it together or
is it together or separate? If you got like 6 people, like let's say 3 couples or something like that, I'm not gonna lie, I hate awkward moments. I hate awkward moments of silence.
But that's gonna be an awkward one for me because I ain't finna just volunteer.
Sometimes if I'm in a room or a classroom and the people are like, anybody have any questions or whatever, nobody say anything, I'll just be like, I'll try to count and I'll just answer it just to break that silence. Sometimes I do that in my other wife, who's not here right now, budget. Usually I have an answer to her when I come home. But a lot of times I just go, I got this one. I'll just take, because I don't want to be that weird person, one of the 6 weird people sitting there not saying anything, and I just put it all in one. That's when people start going, no, you ain't got to do that. People was quiet and silent at first, but when you say, and then some people, no, you don't have to.
But you know what's the surprise is when they start saying, no, you ain't got it. Oh, you got it, man. Okay then.
I'll get the tip.
Okay then. But yeah, it's very awkward during that time. But like you said, the other awkward thing is when the waitress just assumes like, hey, they all together.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make one check and slide it. I guess she slides it to the most vocal person, the leader, the person who probably was like, give me wine for the table, or give us this,
I
or
think you're right.
we need this, or we need that.
Right. If you've been a waiter or a waitress out there, what are some of the factors to make you take that bill and you're walking over with it and you go, bloop? Because I've been that person where they put it in front of me before.
But you know
and
what?
People try to not touch it like it's some dynamite. Like,
but you know what though? A lot of times when it's just me and you, they give it to me.
That's true.
They give it to me.
Oh, see that you're going into deeper levels.
So,
not only did they give it to a specific couple, if it's a couple's dinner, then most of the time they give it to, like, out of the couple, if we're the chosen couple, A lot of times they don't give it to me. Most of the time back in the day, they used to give it to
broke.
them.
I think you're just a little broke, and they're like, she's probably taking him out, you know.
And then you don't make it no better because you be like, don't worry, babe, I got this one. First of all, we share accounts, so you know.
But you know, I got it. I'm writing it down. I'm checking it out.
And to be honest, even if the check did come to me, I slide to her anyway because I don't feel like doing all that public math. And then I have to have that burden of how much tip, blah, 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 blah.
But y'all, for real though, check your. I always tell him to check the check because you might have stuff on there, especially if you're out with a group. You might have stuff on there, their drinks, their entrees, or their appetizers, or whatever. Or even when you're by yourself, I've had where totally wrong table is given to me, right? So you have to check your check. And good thing you don't have to always do the math, baby. And we do have cell phones because at the bottom they always start at like 22. Are they at like 22% or 30%
I think
now?
They start at 75 now.
30%.
You just might as well buy them.
But
I want to know the answer to this question. Let's just go ahead
question?
and ask a question right now. How does one navigate this ordeal? It depends. I know people are going to be like, well, it depends on how well you know the people. Do you eat out with them a lot? Let's just say you're about to eat. You're a couple. We're about to go eat out with 3 other couples. Okay. Right? There's going to be several people total.
No, let's say 2. Let's just say one couple. One couple.
No, that's not enough. That's not enough because that's 50-50. I want to add an extra dynamic. Let's just say we'll go eat out with 2 other couples. Okay. So that's 6 of us total.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you tackle this? Do you out of the gate go, hey y'all, we you know, when the waiter comes, this is gonna be separate.
But you know what, baby?
Do you get it out of the gate?
No. The reason I said another couple, because I think the more people you add to it, I think the waitress understands that this is probably a separate situation.
Okay, I got you.
But like if we went out with some of our good friends, just another male and female, then it's kind of awkward, and they're like, oh,
but
it's his
friends.
birthday.
But if they are good
is
friends,
this person paying? Well, it's this.
But if there are good friends, I don't think it's as awkward. I think it's got to be some people you don't know as well.
But what I'm saying, baby, is the more people you add to the table per se. I'm not talking about whether we know them or not. I'm saying I think the waitress kind of calms that awkwardness and says like, y'all two together, I got you 2 together.
But I will say we've been in scenarios where the waiter or waitress actually comes over and they're actually sometimes cognizant enough to know when they're taking your order and everybody orders their food. Sometimes they will go, will this be separate? Sometimes they help us and they ask out of the gate.
And they say who's together or is he with you or that person with you?
There's still a level of awkwardness in there when they go, will this be separate? Because usually the first person nobody wants to be the first person to say, oh, yeah, separate, because that looks rude.
But what I'm saying is, I think the more intimate the dinner is.
Oh, no, we're talking 2 different things. I don't even talk about that no more.
No. Just listen to me for a second. The more intimate the dinner is in number, I feel like that's when there's an awkward is this separate?
You said the more?
Yeah, the more intimate. For instance, we went out to eat with my side of the family not long ago to a restaurant. Long table of like 10 to 12 people, right? There was nobody at that table saying, yeah, we all together. Everybody knew, oh, yeah, him and him. Like my brother pointed to his children. My uncle said, yeah, me and her. Or I don't know if he also did his son and his girlfriend or whatever. So at that time, to what I'm saying is when you add number to the party, I think the person understands, or they hit you out the gate and they say, hey, we have to do one check just to let y'all know.
Okay.
Because like, for instance, I went to my cousin's birthday party. She told us up front, hey, it's going to be one check, but hey, y'all, this is how much it costs for the brunch and inclusive drink. And she said, bring this much, right? Yep. So I think the larger the party, the less awkward is this separate.
Okay.
But when it gets more intimate,
sure,
you know, we just went out for your birthday with some friends, and we were going to get the check. So then you got this whole thing of it's awkward, but sometimes it ain't even awkward because you go in with the intention of, I'm going to take care of this. Sure. We're going out with our friends or whatever. Yeah, so then it becomes the fight.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying too. Just so you understand, I hear your point about the large number versus the short number, because as you talk about it, I also think it provides more of an opportunity when it's a large number, especially if it's a long table. And then when a waiter or a waitress comes around to your side and they take your order, you kind of sneak in real quick and be like, this is gonna be a separate check. And nobody ain't gonna hear you.
But you ain't even got to say that. I'd say a lot of times I say, yeah, me and him.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever.
That's true.
So like that. But you know what's the funny thing is I have a nephew who looks like me. And one time I looked at my bill and he was on it.
Yeah, she probably said, that's his son.
She was like, that's her son, I guess. Yeah. And I mean, it was no problem.
Yeah.
But it was funny.
But you're right about the Mortal Kombat fight. So
yeah.
You so a lot of times you find yourself in one of two scenarios. You either in that awkwardness where nobody don't want to say I got it, but the other side is depending on what circles you roll in, then you have that I got it. I got it. I mean, we've done some times where it's like people act like they're going to the bathroom just to tell the waitress, no, put it on my card, that kind of thing. And it's nice to be in that environment. It gets aggravating too sometimes.
But it's nice to be in that environment, but the type of person I am, it makes me feel like now I gotta pay back.
Yeah, I gotta pay back.
Now I gotta pay back. So that individual who did do that time and took over the check and we didn't even know. Look, y'all, here's the scenario. It's his birthday. And we're out with another couple, and before they even get there, I'm like, yeah, let us get a bottle of wine for the table. Let us get this out. Now, mind you, that's a whole nother story. Mind you, I'm not going to be ordering all these things with the expectation that somebody else will be paying. Yeah. So we're entering into this like, hey, y'all coming out to help us celebrate his birthday. Yeah. Well, lo and behold, the check is paid for. And when I was like, hey, we'll get the check, he got the check already, right?
Yeah, and with no small check neither.
Are you kidding?
Like, no,
it was not small.
We're going to have to pay that one back.
It was not small. Not small. This one McDonald's. Like, we were at a exclusive steakhouse type restaurant, and it was drinks flowing, and it was food flowing, appetizers, desserts, everything, y'all.
This whole check conversation is funny. Check, please. But now I have to ask the question because I wonder, does it matter? Like, if everybody just goes into it knowing that I'm going to pay for my own check, why don't you just leave it at that? Because what's going to happen is like what you just said. Oh, they paid for it. We're going to get them next time. But it balances itself out. And we just keep doing this tennis thing back and forth. You paid for it last time. I'm going to pay for it this time. What if everybody just paid for their own the first time? You never had to worry about it.
I don't think some people hit the ball back across the court. I think some people just be like, oh, they paid for it. All right, then. All right, man. Thank you so much, right? But I take on the thing like, man, that was very sweet of you, especially knowing I know what that number could have been. And I'm like, okay, we're going to take y'all out to eat. And we want to take y'all to this restaurant, which was comparable to what we had done.
Being honest, though, we find ourselves in more serious situations where we end up leaving late. We got to get them back. And I feel like, and maybe it's just because of the kind of people we are and the kind of hearts we have, because ultimately we end up having the check paid for us more often than we get to do it for people.
Speak for yourself.
She used to have a problem. You know, they used to say, don't block. People used to be like, don't block my blessing. You know what I mean?
No,
whatever.
baby, I'm saying speak for yourself, because when you're by yourself, now when we're together and we're going out with friends and things, that's just kind of friends we have.
Yeah.
But when I'm by myself and I'm going out with people, I tend to pay for it. I don't hardly ever get paid for.
You need some new people.
I do. And I don't know. I'm very alpha, I guess. Leadership just shines through, and I'm not bragging about that or anything. So but
you lead the way with the check.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know if I just look like that person.
She got it.
What, that people just think like, hey, she has it.
Here's what's crazy: is like neither, whether it's individually or as a couple, we don't mind. Like, so we would prefer to take the check, honestly. I was like, if I was well off enough to know anytime somebody went to dinner, coffee or something with me, I would prefer. It actually makes me feel good. Like,
I wouldn't, because sometimes I just feel like, or am I being used, or or people just thinking I always got it like that or something like that.
That sucks.
But I'm gonna tell you something that warmed my heart. I was with my cousin and it was late at night, and this some time back. I'm cleaning myself now. And he was like rolling through McDonald's, and he was like, I'm finna get me some nuggets and a caramel sundae. And he was like, you want something? And I was like, nah. Then I was like, when he was ordering, it sounds so good. I was like,
those people that order stuff real good? They just make it order and make it
I
sound
said, yeah. And I know how he eats, so I knew it was going to look good when he eat it. And then so I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll take it. I was like, here. I tried to give him my card, and he was like, no. And I was like, that's so sweet, that he did that, because I rarely, I'm just telling you, I rarely
versus like if you
done.
give somebody, I guess the opposite of that would be you give somebody the card to pay for yours because you're like, no, I don't need you to pay for my food. And then you never know, somebody might actually take it and not only pay for your food, but they might pay for their food too. You'd be like, wait a minute.
Yep.
But, I've also been in environments where it's called I fly, you buy. Meaning I'm going to go get the stuff. You're going to pay for the stuff.
I never heard of that. And so I honestly, you guys, I was shocked when that happened to me one time. I was like, I didn't say pay for your stuff.
I fly, you buy. That's a thing. That's a thing. Yeah. Well, I am so sorry that you have to actually be the one to pick up the check all the time, because I get the opposite. I ain't gonna lie.
Well,
I get the opposite.
Well,
individually.
Technically, my work is nonprofit work, and therefore the profit comes from you. So therefore, you have to pick up the check for me for those people.
Some people need to work out. If you need to, like you pick up weights and lift weights in the gym, get your financial check paying strength up. And you can do that by exercising,
it's not
by
heavy, y'all.
Picking up the check.
Look, here go the little check. It's not heavy, y'all. Don't be afraid of it. Don't
Somebody gonna watch this episode and be like, oh man, next time I go out with them, I'm gonna make sure I pay.
No.
Nah, that's not what this is about. It's just funny with the different things that we've experienced over life. We've seen and been involved in various scenarios, almost every one where it's like a fight for the check. Like, man, I want to pay and I can't. That's sometimes annoying too. And then you get the other one, it's just like, well, ain't nobody else pulling out their card, or somebody out like they reaching for it, and then they slip it back down in their wallet. Like, y'all had no intentions of paying for it in the first place. Then you got the I pay this time, y'all pay next time, which honestly keeps the relationships going. It's like, well, next month when we go out to eat, I got it. And I actually think that's a good healthy medium.
Yeah, but when you do pick up the check, don't tell people how much, because we've had that happen too. Like, man,
$150, and so now it makes you feel worse. Like, I let y'all pay for it, and now you're going, this was $150, and now you're like,
I'm like, did you not just see we all got a meal and we all got a drink and we ordered an amp for the table? I mean, do the math.
Yeah.
Like,
so now, my last point would be, because number one, we don't really carry cash on us like that.
Yeah.
We a lot of plastic or Apple Pay, whatever. So if somebody picks up the check and it's $100, $150, I've also seen people go, well, I got the tip. A lot of times we can't say I got the tip because we don't have the cash to give the tip. We was going to give the card, and you can't just give a card and be like, hey, take the tip out. You know what I mean? So ultimately, should that be the rule? Should it be if one entity has the bill, the other entity should take the tip, or should you just let them take all of it? You know what I'm saying?
Well, what I did in that situation, what we're talking about with your birthday, remember, I ordered around for everybody, and then that was the way I was able to put the tip on there for the young lady. So it's a way to get through it, guys.
It is a way.
So don't say, I ain't got no cash.
How come people pat their pockets too?
I don't know.
Why people be like,
and people, I don't know, phones go off a lot when it's time to talk money.
But you're right though. There are a lot of ways. That's a way.
You can cash app
There's cash app. There's USAA app has now the split the bill thing. Like, you can actually split the bill.
Zelle.
And you can Zelle, you can Venmo, you can cash app, and all that other stuff. Now, I also know that there are some people that be like, I want to pay this check, and y'all just cash out me or Venmo me. I know what y'all be doing. Y'all be trying to get them rewards points, and you pay for that big old bill on your platinum Amex, and you be trying to get all them points.
Or
and be
Chase.
like, I paid this big bill, then y'all just send me the money. I know what y'all be doing. I be watching y'all.
Yeah. They think they be slick, don't they?
But ultimately, man, check, please. Check around the table. Check your surroundings. Figure out in advance. My advice would be, I don't know what yours is going to be. My advice would be, get rid of the awkwardness out of the gate. if you're eating with a couple that may be new and you're not used to you eating with them or whatever, be like, somebody just go ahead and be like, yeah, separate checks. I just get it out of the gate. That way the awkwardness is gone. But then there's that awkwardness of, let me get an order of onion. What do you call those things?
Onion straws.
Onion straws for the table. Well, now that's supposed to go on your check because you said let me get.
Yeah, even if I eat half of them, they still going on your check because you ordered them, brother. But my advice would be to always go in with the intention of at least I got myself,
sure,
or me and my partner, right? Because I think some people, like for us, I think we go into it like, I got myself, but we also go into it like, are we going to have to get them too?
Right.
So you got those people, right? And then you got other people who are like, well, they asked us to go out, so I guess they taking us out. But it's like you said, just communicate among each other, like what's the expectation. What I've been doing to try to ease that, I send people the menu and I be like, hey, is this good with you? Y'all, that's good for y'all. This place a little expensive. Is that good? Y'all want to go somewhere like this, or y'all want to go somewhere like that. That way they kind of know, like,
that's good to consider.
This girl ain't paying the chicken.
That is good to consider though, because if you say to another couple or person, hey man, y'all want to go out to eat this weekend? That's an invite. Should that mean they taking us out to eat, or should that mean we going to meet to eat?
No, we're meeting to eat. Okay. So when I want to take you out, I'm gonna say, hey,
dinner's on me.
I want to take y'all out for dinner. Y'all want to go to blah blah blah.
Words mean things.
Whatever.
That's good.
So,
that's a good distinction.
But like he said, just be upfront with it and don't look down. Like, everybody look at the lady when she asks. Everybody, because when you look down, it's kind of like saying, like, I wish they would say they got it. Somebody calling me right now.
Gosh. Oh man. But I know I keep saying we're gonna end, because you just made me think about one more thing too.
Yeah.
We are kind of hypocritical to a certain extent when people are trying to pay for our check, and we're always like, no, because that's how we are. We're very kind and like, no, you guys don't have to do that. But we also get frustrated on the flip side of it when we say we got that person. We also don't like, at least I don't like when they go, no, you're not going to pay for my check, but I want to. Now you're blocking my blessing. So I will say I am being hypocritical when somebody wants to bless me, and I'm like, no, because we're both so kind-hearted.
You ain't a hypocrite no more, because you seem to ease in here a lot and be like, yeah, babe, I ain't spend nothing. It just happened this week.
You telling my business.
Not 1 cent, baby. I be like, high five, good job.
No, but
he is the master of the look down now.
I'm not high fiving you. You snitching
he
on me.
Is that one.
You just gave away my game.
But I'm just saying, you have been more readily to accept.
You know why?
When people
because
buy.
I don't like the feeling when I feel like my blessing is being blocked. So therefore, I said, if I don't like feeling that way, I am not going to make somebody else feel that way by blocking theirs.
Okay. Amen. Okay, guys. So, this is an issue I'm sure each and every one of you have faced, whether with friends, family, co-workers, or whatever. Boy, I love going out with some co-workers. Boy, they be paying.
Well,
now, that's when I used to be teaching in Mississippi. And them mothers used to be paying them checks. I think if you get people in enough drinks, they be like, I got everybody.
Well, that's just...
I did that once. That is the old Tisha. I did that once. I was like, it was people at our hibachi table. I was like, I got you.
Once. That one once. You done did it on a couple occasions. Don't think I don't know.
When I did that?
Oh, trust me. I know you. Nah. You blessed a lot of folks.
Yeah, but I ain't got to worry about it because I'm drinking water and living water.
I guess you can't bless people when you're hydrated, huh?
All right, y'all. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Sip and Share. And remember our main tip. Look up when the waitress comes.
And be
assertive.
The tip.
Take that check.
Check, please.
Take that check. All right, baby. We out.
You want people to take the check?
Yes, take the check. Take the check when you out with me.